Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing all right so far. We got a -1 here. Are you somewhere where you're probably somewhere where you get it colder, right?
Yeah.
So my -1 is like, who cares? But
No. It
I saw
depends. You
that
know
and I
what?
was like, oh, that's nasty.
It
Yeah.
depends on like here where I am, it's central Canada, so it's really a dry cold. So
Hmm.
we get -40, -50, and that's what we've been in for the
Okay.
last 3 weeks, right? And so
Gotcha.
Celsius and Fahrenheit basically level out once you hit -30. So if it's -40 Celsius, it's -40 Fahrenheit. In
Okay.
fact, I think
I
Fahrenheit
mean,
gets a little colder when you get on that side of things. I think it was -37 Celsius and it was -42 point something Fahrenheit. So, but a dry cold. Are you where it's a dry cold
oh,
or a
where we live, it's always
moisture?
humid. Everything's humid.
Okay. Yeah.
So our humidity is like 70 something percent on average
Yes.
or
So
something like that.
that's
So
a lot harder to deal
yeah.
with cold wise for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we we usually go hiking once at least 3 times a week, and it's been like we haven't been able to really do that because the areas we go to aren't shoveled out,
Yeah.
and there's like maybe 20 inches of snow in the woods right now. And when
Yeah.
it hits 10 degrees, all the plows have like plowed,
Well, you
30
guys have
inches for.
plows.
Oh yeah. So what happens is while the storm's happening, the plows will usually the trucks and the plows usually come drop the salt and all that before the storm starts.
Okay.
Not to get into a big whole thing, but the plows go as the storm's happening, and as it's happening, they just plow wherever they could put it. They put it, and so they blocked where we normally go and hike. They blocked all that around, so it's not something that we can even get to unless we go through 30 foot, 30 inch, 40-inch snow drifts to get to
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
And if you do that in 10-degree weather, you're gonna get some muscle aches and things like that,
Absolutely.
which is what we found
Gonna be a
out.
workout
And
baby.
yeah, and my dog, I think he was about 2 minutes in, and he's like, "Yeah, I can't feel, and I don't like my legs, my feet. I just don't like this." So we were
Give
like,
me a
"Okay,
break, mom.
yeah." But anyway, yeah, forget sidewalks. Yeah, right now there's not much sidewalk actions. A lot of people aggravated. I mean, I get it because we haven't had this much snow in a while. So I get it. The plows have to get the stuff off the roads. They got to get the roads clear, and the sidewalks where I live
Mhm.
typically are the responsibility of the property owner.
Yes, they are where I live
So,
too.
you know, there's always infighting and crazy stuff going on in the Facebook groups about, you know, my kids
Oh
can't
my
walk to
god.
school. Well, shovel your sidewalk. Well, I don't live here. I live over there. Well, there's this place across the street that doesn't. Nobody's in front of that. Who does that? And they argue. But
Oh my
anyway,
goodness.
yeah.
See, I
So
like shoveling because it's a good workout. It's good
I
exercise.
actually do
So,
too. I don't
I
have a,
really
a
do like it.
ton to shovel, but I gotta tell you, this particular storm, like I had to break it into like three uh
3
whatever
sessions.
rounds or
Yeah.
sessions of, because I think while the first snow was coming down last week, I went outside to shovel. It was like I worked last weekend overtime because I work for a carrier, and we deal with cable TV and internet and all that.
Okay.
So we knew we were gonna have an issue. So I put in some overtime, and then when I got off overtime, I went outside, and it was kind of like 2:30 in the afternoon. The snow was really coming down. That's my friend Dahlia.
Hi,
Hey,
Delia.
Doll. And then I shoveled my driveway, and I turned around to go in the house, and like it looked like I hadn't done nothing. Like it was coming down that fast over the
Yeah.
weekend. So I'm like, what am I might as well just wait. What am I doing? I'll do this tonight or whatever. But um
I do like to
that's
go out in
okay.
the middle of it though too because it's a lot easier to shovel like 3 or 4 inches as opposed to,
Yeah.
8, 10, 12. So I like to go out, do and at Christmas time, I experienced that at my brother's. Went
Yeah.
out, shoveled the front and the back, and by the time I was done the back, it was time to start the front again because we had
Yeah.
another 4 inches. It
Yep.
was a beautiful day, just beautiful snowfall. It was actually really nice to be outside and
Yeah,
exercising.
I have like a whole my new thing that no everybody's like, "You're crazy." I've had snowshoes for like 4 years.
Nice.
Right? And I
Mhm.
bought them at one point, and I was like, "All right, I go out in the woods. I wanna learn how to snowshoe." So I'm like, I have a pretty big yard, so I'm like, "You know what? I really can't go anywhere else, but I can at least, like, get my snowshoe activity to where I know what I'm doing." So I've been snowshoeing on my yard.
Right on.
But, yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's not. It's been crazy.
Tell you, I'm in central Canada. I do shovel all day.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean,
Talia, you probably know where that is.
so she knows where that is, but she is in. Wait. It's
She's in
Midwest.
Minnesota.
She's in Minnesota. So yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
I know. She's in Canada, so I think she shovels more than you do, Del.
No, I
That's
think we get very similar weather. I have an ex-brother-in-law that lives in Minneapolis, and similar weather. We do get maybe a little colder and more snow, but it's not. We're very, very similar on weather patterns.
right.
So
That's crazy.
yeah.
Well, there you go. If she ever needs to come to Canada, she won't have to
Nice to see now.
adjust.
Yeah,
Right? There you
exactly.
go.
Yeah.
So yeah, so what's been going on with you? Everything good for your week?
Really, really good. Life is
Yeah.
good. No complaints.
Oh, that's good.
I took a day off of everything yesterday. I shut off social media. I went out, did grocery shopping, came home, cleaned the house from top to bottom. You know, just had a day of being unplugged, no messages, no work, which I rarely take a day off.
I think you really need to. Some people need to once in a while.
Well, I'm starting a bunch of new projects, and there's, as you know, when you're starting a new project, there's moving parts, and you're trying to understand it and integrate everything, and
right.
And yeah, so I was feeling overwhelmed, so I needed to just
cut the cord.
So that was fun. That was a really
That's
good day.
good. That's good. That
Good
sounds
morning,
like something
Kim.
I should do. Morning, Kimmy. So anyway, here's what it is Saturday. Actually, let me start with the date. Saturday, January 31st. So we're actually at a point where we're rolling out of we're closing out January here.
Mhm.
And
We are.
at the end of I can't believe it's been a month already into this year, but that's crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
It is. But so yeah, here's what we want you to know today. Let's start with Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah.
Who we lost yesterday, and crazy. I was in the middle of a meeting, and somebody was like, "Catherine O'Hara died." We were in this meeting, going, "What?" You know, terrible. But I don't know. I feel like as a 50-something-year-old, that this is just gonna be constant at this point in my life. That we're gonna start losing these really great people because I mean nobody can live forever. But Catherine O'Hara has one hell of a career to go over, and she was born in 1954, and I believe the biggest accomplishment that she started with would have been SCTV or Second City TV out of Chicago. So I think it was 1976 to 1984 that she was on SCTV. And she did a lot of the writing and skits for that. And she did a lot of hilarious like skits and things like that. And if you ever get a chance to go back in the mid 70s, that's crazy. That's a really good career for SCTV. And then there was a point in time where between seasons of SCTV one year, she was offered a role on SNL. Which I didn't know. And I guess she went to take the role, and then SCTV kind of kicked back in. And so she was like, I think, on the roster for like a week and then had to quit that job and was replaced by Robin Duke. This was like 1981. So that was kind of an interesting thing. Wasn't aware of that. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. She's like, what a great impression I made. I like quit the job. Like, what was I thinking? That I will take one, where SCTV, which is one of the like main parts of that ensemble, and she thought she'd do a little bit of work in the meantime, but she was like, I can't do two things at once, especially when she was behind the scenes. But After Hours was like her first major movie. And then a movie called Heartburn, and we're into the 80s here. And if you're as old as me, you'll remember these movies. But of course, her biggest role that everybody started to pay attention to her was, of course, Delia Deeds. Now, this would have been so this would have been for Beetlejuice. And if you haven't seen, I mean, I can't imagine that anybody at this point has not seen Beetlejuice. I just can't imagine that. But
yeah, exactly.
If for some reason you have not seen it, you have to see it, and because there's some, she's the one thing I love about Catherine O'Hara was like that she was she could morph so well, There's certain actors that could just when they take on a new role, they're almost unrecognizable to their old role. She's so good at that.
Mhm.
Obviously, SCTV was a good ground for her to learn all that stuff, but as Delia Deetz, she's just great. Her facial expressions, her tones of voice, and things like that. And there's this one line in Beetlejuice that I love, and it's if you don't let me cut out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me. That's her, as a Beetlejuice is a kind of a goof movie, but really it's told from the perspective of the people that are haunting the house, not the people that move in, which
Yeah.
is a pretty funny concept when you think about it. And this whole scene where they go into it, they bring out a dancer on a table, and her facial expressions in that scene to be like, I'm dancing, but I have no idea what's going on. I can't explain it, but if you get a chance to see it, you must see it because it's really one of her best roles.
Yeah.
And then all the pictures and the graphics, like it's so crazy to see. If you just go look at images of Catherine O'Hara, like she's just turned into a whole different person, in every single role, and even on just the carpet, on the red carpet, and just in interviews, you're like, wow, that she would constantly change like that. So it was really cool. And then after Beetlejuice, obviously her biggest role after that would have been Home Alone. That's the mid picture here.
Yep. Center stage.
Exactly. And then, she also played Calamity Jane, which is pretty funny. And I had forgotten about this in a movie called Tall Tale. This is in 1993.
Oh, I never saw it.
Yeah, it was really cool. She, like I said, she just, of course, just became Calamity Jane. She's really good. And so she's just done so much stuff, right? And let's start with I'm just gonna roll off some of her characters over the years. If you've ever seen Schitt's Creek, of course, that was really a good, what do you call it, resurgence of her career as Moira Rose, right? If you've ever seen A Mighty Wind, she did so many Christopher Guest movies. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Did you know that she did not want to be in Schitt's Creek? Eugene Levy talked her into it. She was like, no, I'm not. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And Eugene was like, no, this is your role. You have to do it because they're both Canadian, right?
Yep.
And they worked together. So the original SCTV was out of Toronto. And that's where she worked with John Candy, Eugene Levy, Gilda Radner, and where she developed some really foundational relationships in her career. And so Eugene Levy wouldn't take no for an answer and made her, he hounded her relentlessly until she took the role of Moira on Schitt's Creek. And very happy he did.
I think that's I did not know that, but I'm glad she did, because but like I said, I've never really seen her in anything where she didn't like take over, and I can't explain it. Her personality was very larger than life, and so she couldn't be in a movie and like not notice her. Like I was just how she was. But she did. So she did a lot of Christopher Guest movies, and one of them would be A Mighty Wind, where she played Mickey, which is hilarious. Brooke Shields recently just I think it was some point yesterday that she said, I'm so happy to have been spoofed by Catherine O'Hara in Second City TV. If you ever get a chance to see her doing the Brooke Shields show, it's hilarious, right? So she did that. She played Pearline Parcells. She was on 30 Rock. I was talking to my friends about 30 Rock lately, and what 30 Rock's about and why it came about and what Tina Fey was doing with that show. But she played Kenny's mother, which is pretty funny that she came on for an episode and did that. Of course, she was Delia Deetz. She was also a really amazing singer in A Mighty Wind. If you get a chance to really listen to her, she can belt it out. She was really talented with that. And so Nightmare Before Christmas, if you've ever seen that, she sang as Sally, and she plays like, it's sort of like a rag doll, and it's a doll that's created by like kind of an evil person. But anyway, she sings a whole number in that, and she's really good. For Your Consideration, another one of those movies where she played Marilyn or Queen Esther, is another one. There's Sheila Alberton in Waiting for Guffman, Kate McAllister in Home Alone. She came on Tales of the Crypt, which I did not know. I saw, I was flipping through some stuff and I saw that she had done, I had seen the episode, but like at that time I didn't know who she was. So she showed up in a Tales from the Crypt episode. She also came on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and
Oh,
and
now there's a
totally,
show.
yeah, just totally like did an impersonation of Larry David to Larry David. It was pretty funny. And that was great. She was in Surviving Christmas, where she played Christine, and I believe Jim Gandolfini was her husband in that movie. Then Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. She plays the judge. And then recently she was doing The Last of Us. She played the therapist on The Last of Us, so she had done a little bit of, or she had been on that show, and she was nominated for a Golden Globe for Seth Rogen's The Studio.
Okay.
And she played Patty Lay on that show, but she was Best Supporting Actress in a TV series, but I guess she wasn't able to make it to the Golden Globes because she hadn't been feeling well. So, so people that have who have tribute or who have said made comments or whatever they call it when somebody passes away would have been Seth Rogen and Macaulay Culkin and Michael Keaton and Pedro Pascal and Meryl Streep. There are some of these people that have come out, and like I said, also Brooke Shields, that have expressed what a loss it is. So, also she had something called cardiac inversus. Did you know about that?
No.
She had kind of a rare condition. It was cardiac inversus or dextrocardia with situs inversus.
Well, I don't know what that even means.
Yeah, it's a rare congenital condition which causes a person's heart and other internal organs to be on the other side of the body.
Oh, wow.
Which is like a mirror image of where like most people's organs are. She had that. I don't think that it was ever anything that caused her, to be sick or anything. It was just something that some people have. And she found out about, and they said that she may have had, when she passed, they think that she had they said that she had a short illness previous to passing, but like nobody's saying really what it was, or they're not, it's obviously private. But that, there was a point in time where she may not have been able to breathe, or she was having a hard time breathing or something like that. And again, these are just little things that are coming out. Obviously nobody knows what really happened, but these are just kind of some of the things that are floating around out there. But yeah, she was 71 years old, and
wow,
she was a good one. Yeah, she was doing Capital One commercials. I mean, when you think about like, this is just what I've named is just kind of some of the stuff. She had her hands in everything. So, she's just one of those people that I don't want to say she's a character actor because I feel like she had way more prestige than that.
Well,
in that
she was really smart. Like in university, she studied political science.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wasn't going to go into acting, actually. She was a writer and wrote sketches for SCTV.
Right.
And yeah, so that's why she was really good at embodying new characters, is because she was so intelligent that she could just make it work. And most of her accents, or they say some of her accents, were just made up on the fly.
Yeah.
Like she would just...
Which is even better, I think,
Exactly.
But like I said, I think with all that skit work that she did and everything that she did with SCTV, where she just kind of became, where she learned how to just kind of morph into this, morph into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I don't know. It's just, I guess her and John Candy are sitting somewhere laughing about all this stuff.
Yeah. They're together again.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's kind of crazy. Where is she from? I believe Toronto, right?
Yeah, she's from Canada. Okay. Both of those iconic.
Right.
They're both Canadians. So
yeah. So
yeah.
Catherine O'Hara. May she rest in peace. And like, can we just... This is not a good year. Well, actually, last year was really bad. Like, we lost a lot of people last year.
Yeah, we did.
So, like, I'm trying to, it's not much I can do about it. But can I throw out into the universe? Like, can everybody just kind of calm down this year? Can we not have a lot of craziness? Let's hope that happens. But I think that I remember in 2016 was a pretty bad year. Seems like, how does it seem like it's going to be bad? I need to know.
Yeah, I don't understand. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes. But yeah, I can't remember what year it was, 2015 or whatever it was, and we complained about it, and we were like, this is the worst year ever, and then 2016 was like way worse. So we were like, oh, I think 2020 and 2021 were this kind of the same sort of thing. So yeah, I think we should do a show, by the way, one of these days, of like actors who were never going to be actors that were doing some other thing.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That would
That
be a great
were
show.
going in a different direction, and then somehow they decided or they fell into acting and they didn't mean to, or whatever. There's a lot of those kind of stories. So
Yeah. There's a lot of great actors who were not interested. Catherine O'Hara being one. She wasn't
right,
going to be an actress.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're here. Here we are live. You're watching us on either YouTube or Kick or Rumble. This is video for us.
Mhm.
This is where you would watch us, our lovely faces talking at Rhode Island Broadcasting. And then on Twitch, you can watch us at RI_broadcasting, at X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it these days. I always say that. We are live at Broadcasting RI, which is right underneath Sharon there.
Mhm.
And so you could also listen to us if you don't want to watch us, or if you're just kind of driving around and you need to, pop a podcast on and listen while you're going, doing whatever you're doing, cleaning your house from top to bottom,
Exactly.
right?
Getting your groove on, doing your cleaning.
We are on Spotify, we're in Red Circle, we're on TuneIn, we're in iHeartRadio, and that is at RI Broadcasting. And also on Amazon. Did I put that?
Amazon
I meant to
Music.
add that, and I don't think I did, so I'm going to do that today. And then our social medias are MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Parlor, Base Hay,
Space Hey.
and
Mhm.
Gab at RI Broadcasting. And then we do have you would be listening to us or watching us at Twitter, and the same thing as at Broadcasting RI. You could do whatever you want with that. And then Patreon at RI Broadcasting. And Patreon is where all of our yeah. I had a conversation with Ron about am I the only person that doesn't have like a going on daily mug? Am I the only person who doesn't have? And he's like, no, it's me and Sharon. And I'm like, okay, I don't feel so
Makes
bad, but I have to get one.
tea taste better. Not gonna lie.
Okay. Let's see.
Mhm.
I'm gonna drink my coffee not in the mug, and I'm just gonna put up with how bland it is until I can get one of those. And then we are on Facebook at Going On Daily Morning Show. If you can find that and share it, that would be great, because we're trying to get our numbers up there. And our website, if you didn't hear anything what I said, or you're like, what was that? And all of it's together at RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net. And you can also buy us a coffee at RI Broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
And on to you, Sharon. What do you got today?
We can also vote.
Yes. There is voting. Whoops. Let's get back to that. We do have 60s movies. So if you go to RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net, or if you click that QR code that's right there between us, you can go and vote. Oh, this is the last day. Yes, it is the last day, because it's the last day of January, which I'm still trying to get used to.
I know. My God.
And so The Sound of Music, Psycho, Mary Poppins, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and The Great Escape are the movies to vote for. And Ron, tell us which one is out front right now. I forget which one is the most popular at the moment, but if you want your movie to win, you better get in there and get your vote.
Great Escape by 2.
Is it Great Escape?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what it is, right? That's that's in the running. That's the front runner right now. Great Escape, which I still have yet to see.
I mean, back in the day with Steve McQueen, it was a great movie, but I always caution people, you have to understand this came out years ago, so it's not.
Yeah.
It takes a bit of adjusting to watch older movies, right?
It does. Well, I mean, if you grew up with, like I did in the 80s and Gen X, I mean, our movies are none of them aged well, like none of them. But, well, not none of them, but most of them. There was just a lot of things we did back in the 80s and 90s that you can't do now. So,
exactly.
You just have to remember that. That there was that whole article about, was it Gen Z or Gen A or whatever it was, that was just like they were just horrified by Seinfeld. It was like, wow, this show is so offensive. And I was like, yeah, you just had to be there. You had to be there in the 80s. That show isn't really offensive for the time.
No, not at all. Oh, well, have you ever watched Archie Bunker?
Are you kidding me? I love All in the Family. I've been watching it all lately again.
Oh my God. But if they want to be offended, I hope they don't tune into that.
Right. I mean,
that would curl their hair.
everything. So yeah, but I always say like we can't get upset about shows.
No.
We have to know the context in which the show aired and why. And Norman Lear was always going to be, that's what he did. He was a controversial writer, and that's what he did. And I love that he did that because it made a big difference. But anyway, so I'm gonna let you do your thing. Drink my coffee.
All right. So it is more interesting facts about chocolate because it's chocolate week here on Rhode Island Broadcasting. So we've got some more interesting facts.
Okay.
So how many flavor compounds do you think there are in chocolate, Lana?
I do not know. I would say at least 4.
There are 600 flavor compounds in chocolate.
That's crazy.
To put it in perspective, wine has around 200.
That's way more than 4. That was an awful guess.
Couple more than 4. But I mean, it's hard to know. I mean, you wouldn't expect it to be 600. That's for darn sure. Yeah. Like,
Ron's
wow.
Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
That makes it very versatile flavor-wise. And different flavors come out stronger at different temperatures too. Like if I don't know if you've ever done this, or some people put chocolate in the freezer or just in the fridge to keep it cool. They like cooler chocolate. So
yes, I do.
Yeah, so it's really cool with all those different flavor profiles. The flavors come out at different temperatures as well, so which is really interesting.
It is.
And unexpectedly fancy. Specialty chocolates are aged chocolate. Chocolatiers age chocolate for months to develop complex flavors.
Okay.
Because the aging allows the cocoa butter to mellow and the flavor compounds to balance out, kind of like letting your Snickers mature a little bit, but classier, right? So they just let everything balance out, all the flavors meld together. So they age it, some of the chocolate for months, which is, I've heard of meat being aged, like steak, they'll age it, or
liquor.
Liquor. Oh yeah, liquor too.
Yep.
But chocolate, that was
cheese.
Cheese, yes, cheese.
We have had cheese already though, but yes, cheese is aged, I think. I know cheese is aged.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
and now chocolate. That's why it tastes so good. At first, chocolate beverages were bitter, they were thick, and they were mixed with chili peppers.
Okay.
Can you imagine?
I can, because
bitter
I've got to
chocolate
tell
with
you
chili peppers.
You would never believe what's in some stuff when you look at what it's made up of, and being that I worked in a bar for years and my friends would always serve me drinks and it would taste like something and they would tell me what was in it. I'd be like, what? That's like wizardry.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that chili peppers I'm sure they enhanced something or they brought out something.
Yes, probably. I don't know. I guess. And now that would be, I don't know. Add the bitterness onto that, and I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But you said it's amazing what you might be eating. Well, the FDA allows tiny amounts of bug parts in chocolate because it's almost impossible to keep insects out during processing.
I did know that ice cream is like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly feel like there's quite a bit of stuff that has bugs in it and we just don't get told. But the USDA or I believe that they can't keep everything, stuff out of everything. And so there's that level of, this is 55%, 75%, whatever. And then there's like always that, well, 2%, what's the rest of it,
2% insect parts.
Right.
That's as Ron says. But gotta have your protein.
Yeah, I don't know. What kind of bugs? I mean, we could go down that road.
Oh, I don't even want to know. I don't. Yeah. Nope. I didn't go down that rabbit hole because I don't want to know. But next time I'm in the store and I want to buy a chocolate bar, if I have the the image of a bug in my mind, I'll be like, yeah, no, I think I'm good. So that's really going to help me with my diet.
Well, that's like dirt, right? Dirt is like that. Like stuff has dirt in it. Like your body has to build up some kind of whatever.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's good for us to have like something in there that's not supposed to be there, and our body can like continue to build up resistance to it. Or some people eat bugs as a delicacy. So
yeah, that's a whole other.
That's a whole other thing.
Whole other.
Yeah.
Yuck. Chocolate covered crickets and all that kind of crap.
Yep.
Yuck, yuck, yuck. So it can trigger the same brain chemicals as being in love, as we know, because it stimulates the dopamine and serotonin in your brain. So did you know though that this was an interesting fact I came across,
Mhm.
that if in a bookstore,
Mhm.
if they burn a candle that smells like chocolate, book sales increase, and especially in the romance section, because it stimulates the dopamine and serotonin in your brain. It relaxes
That makes
people,
sense.
makes them happy, and then they buy books.
That makes sense.
How about that?
I'm a
And it's
fanatic where I like books anyway, so that's not going to
yeah,
help me. That would make it worse.
I
But
know
yeah,
you'd have a house full,
yeah,
like you'd really
just
be. Yeah.
it's awful. This year I'm going to shut off everything and read the books I have. My dog is trying to look outside. He's creating
Love
a
it.
light show in my house.
I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, it makes sense. If you look,
Wrong.
so if they burn a chocolate candle in a brothel, I mean, do you
Oh,
want to have that conversation, Ron?
good for business, Ron, for sure.
I don't think, first of all, that brothels are having problems with their sales.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ira.
Good morning, Ira.
Yeah, it makes total sense because, if you're there's all kinds of stuff that if you look into one, advertising and what's underneath that, like I was in advertising for years, and then just places that you're at, like if you go to a casino, they pump in oxygen. There's all kinds of stuff that goes
Mhm.
on that you're
Oh
not
yeah.
aware of as a person, and they create situations where you react a certain way, which is what they want. So
Mhm.
that bookstore thing it's cool. I didn't know that,
Yeah.
but it makes perfect sense.
Mhm.
Because people are hooked on dopamine and serotonin. They really
Oh
love it.
yeah. The feel good
Um,
chemicals, baby. We
they
got to have it.
are, they are,
Because
but
if you think about what we're being exposed to now, and this is getting off topic, but that's okay. It's kind of along the
I
same
might go
line.
with you down this road.
If you look at what we're exposed to on TV right now,
Hmm.
it is fighting and doom and gloom and terror, and
Hmm.
all the movies coming out are like thrillers. There's nothing, or not nothing, but there's very few happy feel good movies. We've gotten away from that.
We have, we
And now
have,
it's so people need that hit of dopamine. They need that hit of serotonin. So if
but
they
there's
go
always the
in,
Hallmark Channel. I mean, that's all that channel does, right?
yeah, I guess so, but
Or
not many
Lifetime
people have the.
television.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that.
But
Never.
I don't know. I mean, but movies I get. I mean, I'm like one of those A24 people. Everybody that knows me knows that if it's realistic and it's somewhat dark humor or somewhat dark, that's my thing. I like that stuff, true crime and all that kind of stuff. But I do get that there are people who love what you would call romanticized stuff.
Well, and I'm not just saying romanticized, but like the stuff that
Yeah,
Catherine O'Hara did, just funny, good, funny entertainment.
yeah,
And we don't get much of that anymore. So when we do, it's really special. And so when we have
yeah,
our dopamine levels increased in other ways,
yep.
that's of course it's going to work. So that's really fascinating. I really, really like it. So if you're in a business meeting, you want people to say yes, just light that chocolate candle, people.
Okay, that sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
Just or if you're
They won't even know. They won't
you're
even know
around
what's
somebody
happening.
and you're just looking for them to say yes to anything. No, that's not
Subtle
nice.
manipulation. You gotta love it.
Right. It's olfactory goodness. Oh
Absolutely.
man. But
And
yeah.
on that note, I will pass the baton back to you.
So being that it's we're wrapping up chocolate week and
Yes.
being that I am who I am, I wasn't gonna go a whole show without
No.
some kind of chocolate crime, what have you, right?
Mhm.
So I'm introducing you to Christiana Edmonds, who back in the Victorian age was the chocolate cream killer. And this is like the early 1870s in Brighton, England, where a series of poisonings occurred. And Christiana was born in 1828. She was a well-educated woman from a respectable family, but beneath her genteel exterior lay a dark obsession. She was back in that age too, where I think her father, like, it's so funny because everything has been changed and we understand stuff now, but back then It was said that her father went insane at an early age.
Oh, okay.
And her brother was, I believe, locked up, was put in a psychiatric ward. But what they would call them back then is a different thing. So she didn't come from the best family DNA, but they were a pretty well-off family. And after an alleged romantic rejection by local doctor Charles Beard, Edmonds attempted to, this is another psycho chick.
Yeah.
Edmonds attempted to poison his wife by giving her a strychnine-laced chocolate cream.
Uh-oh.
When she survived, Edmonds escalated her campaign, and she purchased chocolate from a local confectioner, laced them with poison, and returned them to the shop to be sold to unsuspecting customers. And
Tylenol all over again.
So we're back to that dopamine and serotonin things. I believe they were saying something like she was just like a bored woman, and this kind of stuff delighted her. And then when she started to do it, she was like, "Hey, this is kind of fun."
Oh my god!
I don't think this is the way to go if you're bored.
But wouldn't people catch on if she's purchasing chocolate and then returning it?
At first, I would say no. I don't know how she did this. If this is something where I don't remember. Like, I think about
unless she purchased it, poisoned it, and then just put it back on the shelf later without.
That's what I'm wondering. Or also, we don't know what kind of return policies stores used to have. Like,
probably.
If you have never dealt with that before, you would probably just be like, "Oh, here's a woman that lives in a neighborhood. She didn't like what she bought, and we're a good store, and we're gonna refund her, and she's gonna buy something else." I don't know, and they just put it back on the shelf. I don't really know how that would have been back then. Tylenol killer was a copycat for sure, but I think I don't know if it's just her or not, but I'm quite sure there were quite a few examples of that. But anyway, yeah. So this led to numerous illnesses, the tragic death of a 4-year-old boy eventually, Sydney Barker, right? She even tried to divert suspicion by sending poisoning chocolates to herself. That's genius. Yeah. Oh my god, I've gotten some of these too, right? I bet you she didn't get sick though. I bet she discovered them just before she ate them.
Exactly. How did she know they were poison if she didn't eat them?
Or she maybe said, "Hey, this has been going on. Let me check my chocolates because I've heard of this story going around. And oops, my chocolates were poisoned too." That throws them off the scent, right? So eventually, Dr. Beard reported her suspicions to the authorities, leading to her arrest. So his suspicions, to the authorities, leading to her arrest. Initially, she was sentenced to death. Her punishment was commuted to a life imprisonment due to her mental state. And that makes sense. I mean, I as much as I want to say she was cold and calculating, it's possible that she just wasn't right in the head.
Right.
I mean, nobody is that does stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So she spent the remainder of her life in Broadmoor Criminal Lunatic Asylum, the things they used to call things back then. She passed away in 1907. But her case remains one of the most bizarre and unsettling crimes of the Victorian era. Her story has been the subject of books. Was it a quick judgment?
I'm not getting the reference. You gotta explain
the guilty,
that, Ron.
I'm not sure. He may be responding to something I said a little earlier.
Ding ding.
Oh, Nestle quick, yeah.
Wow, you are quick, Ron.
The dad jokes, man, they're off the charts today. So her story's been the subject of books, podcasts, and even a puppet show reflecting society's enduring fascination with this true crime. And there have been other types of things that they've done. But for those interested in delving deeper into the macabre tale, check out the book of The Case of the Chocolate Cream Killer, The Poisonous Passion of Christiana Edmonds by Kay Jones. That's a good book to read to understand a little more. But yeah, isn't that crazy? And that's a sketch, or that would have been what she would have looked like. So rounding out the month with a nice true crime story.
Holy heck. And
I think that I think that it should be on the Hallmark Channel. I think.
Well, yeah.
They have made it a movie. I believe they've made 2 movies out of this. I don't know if they were about her. I think they made 2 movies based on her. Okay. So they were kind of like, they loosely based the story and then made a movie that was somewhat modern or whatever, but based on that concept. But I have not looked those movies up because I don't know. I can do that now, but yeah,
So what was she poisoning the chocolates with again?
strychnine
Strychnine.
and other types of poisons.
So would she inject them? What would she do with them, I wonder?
Yeah,
Because if you're dusting them, people are going to notice.
yeah. Well, I guess so. I'm not really sure. I mean, yeah. If you pull chocolate apart, I don't know how chocolate was sold back then, what it looked like.
Yeah.
I know what we see now, but like, I'm not sure if there was some sort of she could have coated them with something, although they would have wouldn't really have tasted horrible.
One would think. So it's intriguing to me that, but I guess once you get it on your tongue, even if it tastes horrible and you spit it out, you're still swallowing
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, you're still
So you're
there
still
was
ingesting it.
yeah, so
Interesting.
but I don't know, there was she had a little spree there where she decided, hey, this is kind of even if it's mangled, I'd still find reasoning to eat it. Yeah, I mean,
Before this segment, I would have too, Ron.
I mean, there are I think of as my dog who, if you give him something, he'll just and I always feel like God, if somebody gave him something that was not good for him, he would never chew it. So he would never not like he'd be a goner because he. So I've taught him not to take food from anybody but me. But in the sense of like there are people who probably do eat chocolate and where they don't chew through the whole thing or like where they wouldn't taste something that was inside of a chocolate as opposed to the outside. I would because I like to savor it as I eat it. So I like it for it to melt in my mouth and all that kind
Me
of
too.
stuff. So I would taste something that was off, but who knows? Yeah, like, but some people maybe they just throw it back and arsenic pairs better with cherry cordials. Could be. So
You might have a point there. I don't want to test your theory, Ira.
no. Ira, you let us know.
Yeah, exactly.
You look it up, do a rabbit
Figure
hole
it
on
out,
that.
let us know. Yeah.
But yeah, I just I was like, hey, I need to find a chocolate crime of some sort.
Yes, that was
to
a good
wrap
one.
us up. Yeah.
I like that. That was very
That's both Ron and Ira with the dad jokes. Yep. Yep.
We're surrounded by dad jokes.
Exactly. So tell us, Sharon, do you have a story for us?
Okay, I do. It's a story that Ron's going to chime in on. Hopefully he'll join us. It's called Lizard in a Blizzard.
Yep.
And in Rhode Island, they got where you guys are. Well, you got a lot of snow.
We did.
And so wildlife officials say that a lizard in a blizzard has been rescued after a man discovered a large cold-blooded reptile buried in the snow in his driveway, which is crazy.
It is.
That poor lizard. And I don't know.
There's a video of the guy.
Is there?
There was a video I saw of him explaining, and I did this and I did that. I don't know. I think it was Providence, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Providence.
Was it a wizard too?
A wizard?
A lizard wizard in a blizzard.
Oh.
A wizard lizard in a blizzard.
Did he have a hat on?
I don't know if you're for it. Might be a wizard.
Maybe. I didn't hear about this story.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear about it. This is new to me.
It's all
and the
over.
fact that it happens around here and I still didn't hear about it, it really gets me aggravated because I feel like I'm out of the loop.
Central Canada, we're in the loop, baby.
I think I have
place to be.
I have like JAR and I have whatever the news stations are, but then I also have like what's going on in Rhode Island and a few other of those little websites, little social medias going through my feed, and I got quite a few. Even Boston and Connecticut ran stories, and I saw that.
Surprised.
Yeah,
because like I'm subscribed to all those stupid things that you get like on Twitter for Rhode Island and Blue Sky and stuff like that, and I didn't see anything that has to do with that.
That's crazy. I actually had it in my feed to the point where I was annoyed because it was like, I'm like, okay, all right,
okay, we got
but
it.
I think the algorithm was like, oh, you like that, so let me give you 14 other stories.
I also have a problem with them labeling this as a blizzard.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't a blizzard.
It wasn't. It was a storm. I didn't think. Who labeled it a blizzard?
I don't know. Well, I guess they did it just to make it rhyme, lizard in a blizzard, right?
Maybe. Because
To
I
make a
thought
headline.
like with a blizzard, it has to have a certain certain amount of wind.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
And
It's much
to
like
me,
it's a nor'easter, they call it. Well, we have nor'easters, we have blizzards, and we have storms.
right.
And
Like
they're all
Blizzard of
categorized.
78, that was a blizzard.
It was.
That was a
That's
blizzard.
what I thought when we were all talking in our show notes today before the show went on. I thought we were talking about because we're coming up on the anniversary, so I thought we were going to be talking about Blizzard of 78.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
you know, and I don't know. I just
Sorry to
it's
disappoint.
not a blizzard to me.
You made Ron say what twice today. This is his second what.
Yeah.
I did not know, Ron. What I'll do is I'll just try to send you these things when I see them, because believe me, I think it was 3 days ago that I started seeing stories about that.
All right, so to qualify as a blizzard, a storm must meet 3 specific criteria.
Okay.
Sustained winds, sustained now, not gusts, sustained winds,
Sustained. Yeah.
or of 35 miles per hour or greater.
Mm-hmm.
Visibility has to be less than a quarter mile.
Mm-hmm.
And
snow totals, right?
The amount of snow falling.
Mm-hmm.
So it did not meet the wind speed.
Okay.
So it can't be qualified.
It meet the totals though, right? Or did it?
It does meet the totals because of it has to be a certain amount. It doesn't say here
an hour. You mean
for how much snow per hour? Say
right.
So
it was like 3. It was like 3 inches an hour or some crazy thing at one point last week.
So and that does qualify it, but the wind was not 35 miles per hour.
Okay.
So it didn't make that.
Good to know.
So
good to keep my brush up on this. Okay.
And we got another one coming Sunday. So whether it drifts out to the ocean more, I don't know.
I'm hearing it's not really a thing now. Oh, I heard bomb cyclone, and I'm like, oh, here we go with the bomb cyclone thing.
But it might go out to sea. So Sunday, tomorrow, should be an interesting day. Me and Kenny get to do another snow day. So
part 2. Cool. Well, I hope it's. I've heard. I don't know. I heard we're gonna get like just a dusting.
He is wrong with the weather.
Stay tuned for Kenny.
That's it. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, I love it. Oh
my God. So we used to,
so this gentleman found a reptile in his driveway. He wrapped it in a t-shirt to
it's resting comfortably. I heard it's recovering comfortably.
Yeah.
What kind of lizard was it? Was it a gecko? Because he might have been out trying to get insurance.
I'm rolling my eyes at you.
Might have been.
With these jokes.
Just doing some insurance claims. No worries.
It was a
you better get Geico to sponsor this thing.
Oh my God. This would be a great Geico ad.
Wouldn't
right
it?
Here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know it was a big black lizard and it had markings on it. I can't remember.
A tegu.
Okay.
A tegu? Really?
Tegu lizard? Yeah, it was a big.
Like big
lizard.
Like it got out from somewhere.
I would have ran the other way.
Somebody dumped it or something because it definitely wasn't running through Rhode Island.
Dangerous? Aren't they like a
smaller
Gila monster?
He took it in his house, wrapped it in a t-shirt, warmed it up, and then took it to an animal hospital where they unthawed it, and it lost part of its tongue because it was frostbitten. So they removed part of its tongue.
Kudos to him for doing that.
Yeah. I wouldn't have went anywhere near that thing.
I would. I love reptiles. Yeah.
Nope.
If you have the reptile in that snow and its owner was passed out in that snow, who do you save?
The owner. I'm sorry.
Lizard.
Well,
sorry.
Oh no, I saved the lizard too.
I'm calling animal services, but I'm not touching the lizard.
Oh no,
I would have to because it would be too cold for it to be. I would have to get it out of those elements. That for sure.
I'd put a blanket on it or something. Like if it's
call 911 for the guy laying in the snow.
But I'm not.
Get him. He's over there. He's over there. And then the lizard. I'm like, okay, let's get the lizard nice and quiet.
Oh
let's
my
put
God,
him.
that's so funny.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
It is, but it's true. I'm a reptile chick, so I love that stuff, and that would be for sure. I
I
would.
just like animals more than people, so
Yeah.
to me, that's an
Well,
easy decision.
True, but I mean, I think in general most people love animals, but not everybody likes reptiles or birds or whatever other. They feel like it's a different thing, but
I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to
Living
see anything
creature.
happen to the lizard. I
Yeah.
would call animal services right away, throw a blanket on it, and hopefully. But I
Yeah.
am not. I wouldn't take it in my house. No.
to be honest with you, it wouldn't do much because lizards that are in that much cold are pretty much frozen or pretty lethargic. If you've
Yeah.
ever seen
Yeah. No.
shows about alligators and what happens when I think there's a bunch of alligators in Florida right now that are just like frozen in a lake because their heart rate drops and they just kind of go into this trance.
See, they're smart. They don't
hibernating.
go where it's going to be cold.
Right.
And
Right.
They know their
people need to start
limitations.
learning this. Let's live in conditions that are normal for people.
Well,
Right.
but people take
No
these things
desert
in as
and no
pets.
frozen wasteland.
Right.
They're-
That leaves
they're-
what?
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, obviously that lizard was not from Rhode Island. It was not
No.
walking around. Somebody dropped it or lost it or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they're
it definitely
saying
wasn't
that,
from Rhode Island.
No, that's what
no, it
I'm
wasn't
saying.
native to Rhode
He was
Island.
on
wasn't just walking
vacation,
around
took
out
a
there.
cruise.
Yeah, you know,
No.
got off at the
these-
port, couldn't find its way back to the ship.
Right.
Yeah, wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I thought we were gonna do Blizzard of 78.
Yeah, I did too. I
Yeah.
was hoping for that.
So yeah,
You know,
the lizards.
that was great.
Yeah.
But you know, it is a lizard that was in a bit of a dire need, and he got help, and that's the important part.
Yes,
He did.
exactly. He got help. Yes.
He did. Yep.
Meanwhile, the guy is frozen underneath all the snow. And by the time the snow thaws out, we'll find him.
Well, they did find a dead guy in Providence downtown on
What?
Wednesday. It could have been the guy that had the lizard.
It could have been.
Maybe.
He's in a different area, but yes,
Yeah.
that's. Oh man, I'm so
Maybe the
doom. I'm
iguana
not
was-
doom and gloom. I
not
mean,
the
it's
iguana,
just the news, but yeah.
I'm
Maybe the
surprised
lizard
that
was trying to find its way home.
no one noticed the lizard walking down the street. Like
Well,
that's
Yeah, you would think,
there was
right?
a lot of black on it, so it's opposite of the snow color. If it was a white
Right,
lizard,
but
then you could
it
understand.
was
but
small enough to get lost in that snow for sure, especially with plows and everything else. And you know what?
Look,
With salt and everything, I'm
Providence
surprised.
people probably
That
thought it
thing
was a rat.
could be.
No, it was a
Um,
fair size. Like it was a fair size
I know
lizard.
that.
It was-
But
Holy
again,
moly.
Providence people might have thought it was a rat.
Could have been bigger than a rat. That would have been bigger than a rat. But yeah, I don't. I feel like even with the I'm surprised it did as well as it did with all that salt. I'm really
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
Because the exoskeletons on the outside of those things and salt is not a good thing for them to be
Oh.
near.
No,
Okay.
The whole environment for it being outside and that is not good for
Right.
everything.
Right.
You know,
but,
Nothing
you
about
just
that
wander
situation is
around,
good for
you
it.
know, out in a blizzard.
you know what? Honestly, I feel like it's probably was, somebody on that street owned it, or like it couldn't have gone. It was probably not going far from wherever it lived or whatever. Like it could
In
have
those
gotten out of somebody.
conditions, you wouldn't think it would have been able to make it far.
No.
The owner was
Right.
probably texting and it got away.
I wonder if the owner will pick it up.
I don't know.
Well, he
Yeah.
might not because he could be facing charges.
Exactly.
It depends. Yeah, in Rhode Island, there's certain things you actually can't have, and it's so possibly that if it got loose, it may have not have been something that they illegally could own. You never know. I don't know what the laws are, but I know there's certain things you cannot have for exotic animals in Rhode Island, and it might be
Right.
a fine for it. And then an animal cruelty charge or something like that.
Yep.
These people are worried about that too. So
Yeah, or either that, he could be undocumented.
Well,
and afraid to leave
probably.
his house.
yeah.
Exactly. They'll have ice knocking down their doors to see.
Oh my goodness.
You never know. You never know.
Oh my goodness. But yeah.
All right.
So yeah. Well, I don't know.
In a blizzard.
So what is it? February 6th or 7th is the anniversary, and we got how many years now since the blizzard of 78?
48.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's a long
Ron knows
time.
that because I think he has all that in front of him.
No, I don't actually.
Oh, I thought you knew that was. I thought you thought that was going to be the story, so I figured you had like a bullet point.
No, I
list.
didn't. I don't have any of that.
Yeah.
The only
Okay.
thing I did look up is the qualifications to be a Blizzard. That's what I just looked up.
Oh, okay. But that's now though. You didn't come prepared. So what were you? What
I
was
didn't
the
come-
story you thought you were gonna? You were just popping on.
I thought it was going to be about Blizzard of '78.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was.
It's okay.
So
Sorry.
I was like, all
I
right,
didn't
I'm
even
in.
know about the blizzard in '78.
Well, I lived it. That
Yeah,
I
me
know.
too.
It was a great time to be a kid.
Yeah, we
Great.
talked about. I think we
yeah.
talked about this last week, right?
Yeah, we did. Last
So
week.
we don't want to bore everybody with this again. We did this last week where we talked about how, as kids, how oblivious we were to like what everybody else was going through. We were just like, "Yay, no school, yay!"
Next
Yep.
week is Blizzard's week. No.
No,
Blizzard's week.
no.
No, actually, starting tomorrow is Black Women in History week.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Fantastic. Like 4 or 5 of them come to mind right now. It's going to be hard to narrow that one down.
It's endless, really. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you can
Yep.
literally do a story about anyone in the
Oh,
past,
wow.
you know, or present even.
Yeah.
You know,
And the
that
white
did
people who
something
take
big,
credit for their
say, a
work.
few years ago or something, you know? So it certainly leaves it open for discussion, and
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to it.
I
get
think
to
I
do
already
that
have
with
my
Kenny
topics.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my top
That'd be great.
5 ready
Okay.
to go.
Oh, that's a hard one to narrow down. That
It
Yeah.
is a very
really
difficult one.
difficult.
Let me tell you, I have the list of names already, and I still haven't figured out what my top 5 is.
And Kenny is gonna be like,
Oh, he's gonna hate it.
to get this around Kenny is gonna be like crazy
hate
to
it.
try to do. Good luck with
What
you.
in
Good luck to
blue
you on that.
blazing?
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I sense some disagreement coming on that.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be.
I mean,
I'm
there
sure
always
there's
is, but
because there's so much. There's women, for history,
Yeah.
like just events.
Yeah.
There is inventors.
Mhm.
There's entertainers.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a broad. We could break that down into categories even and have multiple
I know.
weeks of it.
I know.
Yeah.
But I've left it open. Most of
Mhm.
the topics that we have are probably going to return,
Mhm.
and some of them won't. Like, I don't see us doing another cheese week anytime soon.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Thank you, Ron.
I think we've covered most of it already.
I think I got away with Cheese Week. I think Ira and I got away with that because we were at the end of Cheese Week, and I think we just were like, I don't know, but I don't remember.
Well, you guys
Having
got
a-
away with the Christmas week, and
Yeah.
so after
Year's.
Christmas, who wants to talk about Christmas anymore?
Right. Same thing with New Year's, I think. Oh, maybe not. But yeah.
Thanksgiving,
Yep. I know.
But I think next year, Christmas falls on a Friday, if I'm not
Yes, it
mistaken.
does. Yep. Friday.
Yeah.
And New Year's Eve New Year's is on a Friday.
Yep.
So that might change some things.
It might. And by then, of course, we'll be in every home in America.
Right.
And
We'll be
we'll
on
have-
a major
Exactly.
network, and
Yep, and
you
there'll
know,
be just like
Yep.
1,000,001 sponsors, and we'll just be like trying to move
sponsored
all
by
that around.
Coca-Cola with the little polar bear.
Yep.
Sponsored by Geico.
Yes, and Geico as well, right?
Yep.
They should start sending us some money for all these times we're
I
talking
know.
about them.
All the
How many
plugs.
times did we talk about Hershey this week?
Exactly.
Yes.
Come on.
You know?
And we didn't get a local chocolatier to sponsor.
None of them. I tried to
You
get
did.
them. None of them responded to my request.
Wow.
None.
Wow.
And there's like 6 or 7 I sent messages to.
Wow.
Your loss. You could have had your company doing your spot on our show, and
Mhm.
millions of eyes and ears on it. Millions.
Yep.
Millions, I
All
tell you.
over the
Millions.
world, you could have had orders coming in from everywhere.
Millions, I tell you.
Oh wow.
Sao Paulo.
Lost opportunity.
Yep, they're lost. They're
Mhm.
lost. So
Absolutely.
now, I'm working on getting people, for next week and the week after. So
Right.
let's see if we can get some historian.
Oh.
So that's what that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know where I go about finding that. Probably at some sort of history museum. That's all I can really think of. Gotta be somebody somewhere. If you know somebody.
Man, I know. I might.
So,
yeah.
So yeah. All right. So you guys can wrap it up.
Work on Trisha Rose. We'll get her on here. Yeah.
So
all right.
Thanks
for wrapping it up. Wow, and it's 11 o'clock. Did we actually hit time on this week?
We did.
That's amazing. We did. All right. So, were we? Oh, you did your blizzard.
Yeah,
did your
lizard
thing. I'm like, wait a minute.
The lizard survived, and he's resting comfortably in the animal shelter or the animal hospital.
He will end up. He will end up having a lovely, very lovely life. I'm sure.
Yes,
quite sure. But
he'll get some owners that take good care of him.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's our show. We're gonna go ahead and wrap that up. So we do have tomorrow morning. We do have, as you were listening to Ron going over his top 5. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow because Ronnie and Kenny are gonna be they're gonna be sparring tomorrow, and that should be fun to watch with our coffee. And there's a blizzard coming, or not a blizzard, but there's a storm or some kind of snow event that I think is probably going to miss us. But if you're stuck in the house,
depending on the jet stream,
right? We have no idea. If there's a bomb cyclone and we're all stuck in the house, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Kenny and Ron in Ron's top 5. So
gotta love it. Gotta love it. And even if you're out and about, listen to us on iHeartRadio.
Definitely. And this show is up, so now you can all day long at your leisure. You can watch this when you're ready.
Absolutely.
And of course, we will be back next Saturday. Sharon, anything you want to plug?
Holy Shift Balls Thursday mornings at 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, and 10 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Pacific. With myself and my co-host. We air it live on the Going On Daily Rhode Island Broadcasting. So I'm excited about that. Every Thursday, it's a lot of fun.
And
a lot of laughs.
I'm still working on my stuff. So you'll see. There's I have a TikTok listed there. I got to get Ron to. I got to give him some more information because I'm never on TikTok, but that's my TikTok. And then it's Lana DJ Lana at. On Facebook, which if you're on Facebook right now, you'll see that it's broadcasting there anyway. And then YouTube, which is Lana Williams 8668. And that's enough for now.
That's enough for
now. I think we're going to wrap it up.
Awesome.
You guys,
Thank you. It was fun today.
You guys have a great day. And
you too.
Come see us every day because we got it going on daily.
We got it going on, baby.
Bye-bye.